It's Max Facts with Channel 7's Dr. Dwayne Mack.
Hi, my name is Dr. Dwayne Mack, and this is Max Facts. Continuing our theme with grammar for this week, we have a guest. He's a fisherman and grammar enthusiast. His name is John the Fisherman.
Oh, well, thanks for having me on the show today there, Mac, eh?
So today on the show, John's going to talk to us about parts of a sentence. What about parts of a sentence, John?
Well there, Mac, I'll tell you what it's all about. You got three parts of the sentence. You got your direct object, your indirect object, eh? And your subject.
So why don't you tell me a little more about the subject, John?
Oh, sure thing, Mac. Well, you see, the subject, it's the person or the place or the thing that's really being discussed, you know? And, it's really the main focus of the sentence.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you see there, Mac, you got the direct object there, which is basically just a noun or a pronoun that receives the action of the verb, or, you know, possibly shows the result of the action of this said verb. And, you know, it's real simple there, nothing too tough about it. It answers the question what or whom after an action verb. But, you know, that really reminds me one time back in '86 I was over at a Vancouver Canucks game. No, you know, I'll tell you, that was the best Canucks game I ever did go to there. Hey, Mac, you know what I'm saying? Oh, well, anyways, let's get back onto that grammar stuff, huh? Well, there, anyways, the indirect object, it comes right before the direct object. And, you know, it tells you to whom, or for whom, the action of the verb is done, and who's receiving that direct object there, eh? Well, you know, I'll tell you there, Mac, I'll tell you what I tell my kids. This is what I says to them. I says to them, you can't have an indirect object without a direct object. And that's really what it's all about. Hey, well, I'll tell you there, you know, the indirect object usually comes right along with a verb that gives a little communication, you know, like, you gotta give, get, bring, tell, show. Oh, what was that there? Alright, I'll tell you what. We gotta rub our lips cleansed to the critters there. Let's get right back in indirect objects, okay? I'll tell you, the indirect object, it's coming right with a noun or a pronoun. It's part of a prepositional phrase. Here's a little example for you. Mark sold me would be the indirect object, the Canucks ticket, which is the direct object. And I'll tell you what, it's real simple right there, and that's, you know, pretty much all to boot. That's all I really got for you today, Mac.
Wow, riveting stuff. Well, that's all the time we have for today on the show, folks. I would just like to thank my guest, John the Fisherman.
Go Canucks!
Well, it's about time I get out of here. I have to go babysit my grandparents' kids. For your education.